All right, hello, wine drinking people. Today is Friday, the 29th of May, finishing up the month strong here at the Wine Watch with a couple of great events. And then we've got just 2 events next week. That's right, a light week. And, well, I got one private tasting I'll be going to. So, I got to keep my options open. And we're focusing on white wines as it's getting into the summer months here. So we've got our summer white tasting at Cafe Max on Wednesday of next week. And then we have got this ultimate white tasting. Is it worth it to collect white wines? Well, most people consider white wines wines you would just drink and open. You don't need to cellar them for 10 or 20 years, but hey, almost everything on the table here, just one wine sneaking in under 10 years old, and the oldest wine nearly 20 years old. So we've been doing this tasting for a couple years now, and always a surprise to some of the people that have not had older vintage white wines. Last year, I think our winner was the 1983 Domaine de Chevalier Blanc, one of the great Pessacs. This year, no Chardonnay on the table. Well, sorry, we do have one Chardonnay. Alex Gambal's Cuvée Prestige 2005 vintage. We just visited Alex, and he's got some 04 set aside of this Prestige Cuvée because he wanted to see how it was going to age. Well, 05, to me, a much better vintage, and we showed this wine when Alex was here in February. Still drinking quite nicely. Hey, the longest lived white wines on earth made with the Riesling varietal, well, some of them, and 2001, an incredible vintage. We're going to be showcasing the Waylander Saunders Spätlese from my favorite producer in the Mosel, J.J. Prum. And then Huet, the greatest producer in the Loire Valley, well, the standard bearer since 1928 anyways, and their Molieu, their late harvest wines, absolutely stunning. We're going to have a 1996 vintage Molieu from the Clos de Bourg vineyard from them. We've got Chateau Moussard, one of the only high-level wines coming from the Middle East, from Lebanon, and I've had vintages of their white going all the way back to 59, and the 2006 Ex-Voto one wine under 10 years, de Gigal's Hermitage Blanc, one of the greatest regions in the world for age-worthy whites. And then we got some Riesling again from Alsace, from Lucien Albrecht, a small 100-case production. This Clos Himmelreich doesn't even get imported to the United States anymore. A little more German stuff, this time a little Auchlase, a little richer, a little later harvesting. And this Monschaft Riesling from Erdner Perlat. Wow, incredible stuff. We've showed this at a few of these tastings. And then a little SGN finishing things off sweet. We're going to have a great menu here for you with, of course, blue cheese, one of the greatest accompaniments to sweeter wines and to rich whites. The Chicken Kiev, absolutely stunning with the drier, richer styles of white like the Hermitage and this Riesling Clos Himmelreich. And then, of course, you got to have something for dessert. Chocolate-covered bacon and berries with this one. Check it out. Everything we'll be drinking next Friday night at our vintage white tasting. I'm your host, Andrew Lampasoni, signing off for the Wine Watch, saying, remember, always drink the good stuff first.